I was born and raised here in Guelph. I was adopted into a beautiful Irish-Italian family, so the representation at my home was not what I necessarily see in the mirror. I was adopted at 12 days old, so straight from Guelph General Hospital. And I've basically lived here the majority of my whole life. I spent about 7 years in Toronto, and then just recently, in the last couple of years, moved back to Guelph because I did find that, I was looking to start my own business. I wanted a little more community. Toronto was a little overpriced, to say the least. Growing up in Guelph was always really tough because there wasn't many people who looked like me. However, I really found that, especially when I transitioned out of a private Christian school rather, that transition was really tough. Making my way into a public high school, I had so much going on with my identity crisis. I had so much going on with my religion versus just being in this type of atmosphere. And I was really not in a great place when I was 15. It was really difficult for me. And if it wasn't for Miss Vickery and Mr. Nagy, who are two teachers at GCVI, if it wasn't for them, I probably would have my energy in the wrong places. They suggested that I went into musical theater, and then I got connected with the Royal City Musical Productions. And that community was a game changer. I always feel so emotional when I talk about it because they were always really good about promoting my Blackness, supporting me. I ran for Miss Canada in 2013, and all of that was funded by this community in Guelph and my musical theater community. So, those people really changed me. People like the Supple family and Paul and Jen and Jane Martin, all these really important people that, make me community mate. The city of Guelph is, first off, really a great city in terms of our community. We are thriving with small business, which allows us the opportunity to give our own opinions and feelings and stand behind political stances, which is different from a lot of cities that are based on corporations. So that is a great spot. However, what we see in Guelph is that we're really just lacking in terms of diversity anywhere. We look at our city councilors and the Horseshoe, there's no diversity. We look at, our Guelph Police Service, we have a 1% of diversity on that team. It's hard for a person of color who is Black or who's Indigenous to constantly see these things in the media and how we're portrayed and then have no representation of positivity anywhere else. Not teacher, not a police officer, not a doctor, not a musician. Those were things that were really lacking in Guelph. I do find there is a change. I don't know if it's just been since the protest, but I'm seeing more of our community out and about. We see people like Hillside really trying to show diversity in our city, so I see that hope happening. Hillside's always been really good in a lot of our kind of music festivals here, but we need to be better at our outward racism that happens in the city, and we have to be acknowledging it. I think it's really important to start reaching out to wherever you are and listening from. Reach out to your elders, reach out to your Indigenous communities. I cannot speak on behalf of them, but it's important that we all do our research and we all understand the lands on which we come from. So there are a lot of elders like Bruce in this city that are important people to connect with. Guelph Black Heritage Society, the Guelph Caribbean Society, Muslim Society. There's so many great ways to connect. And then we just have a ton of Black-owned businesses. Wisdom Jewelers, where I got my hair done, Hair Energy, Guelph Caribbean Cuisine. There's all these really awesome ways to support. And, it's not about reaching out to your Black, Indigenous, or person of color friend and saying, are you okay? Because I can guarantee you we're not. But rather offering up a dinner, rather offering up a way to support or promote their business if you don't have the funds. But those are some of, we have a lot of really amazing names in this city that are doing really incredible work, including the Black Lives Matter Guelph chapter here too. It's important that we still fight for the injustice. Don't become complacent. Email your MP, email your MPP, talk to your ward councillors. Those are people who will be able to access and email you more efficiently. You can lobby, you can petition, you can volunteer, you can donate, you can come out and support events. There are so many ways. And then the next thing is when you see injustice happen in front of you in the city, you need to not stand behind us, you need to stand in front of us, and you need to say something. And you need to stand up because we're scared. And we need to know that we're protected by our community and that we're just as valuable, just as important. We fought for so many years for civil rights. Right now we're asking for equal rights. So I think at this point I would just, say that Guelph has the opportunity to really be the city that people want to be. And that is something and a conversation that not other cities are even ready to have. Our support of our community has always been there. It's now we just need to take the time to educate, unlearn bad habits, relearn good morals, good support, good energy, and then start moving forward on changing policies.